To prep in my head before I go out. I was quite nervous before I went out because it was acoustic, and if you make a mistake in that setting, it's quite unforgiving, you know.
Right.
But it's important to be relaxed, whatever, you know. And that's taken me probably best part of 7-8 years of being an artist to be able to do that. Apart from just warming up, you know, I got this Chinese throat syrup called Nihonji Cow or something. Yeah. It's like in a red box, like a red and white box. It's really good. I love that stuff. I drink that all the time. I don't know. I just kind of throw it about. You know, I try and throw it about as much as I can, and that's when the interesting stuff comes. Is when you just ad lib. You know, and I haven't got a clue whether it's going to work. You know, sometimes it doesn't work, and I'll do a little duff note, or I'll do a phrase and won't be able to get back to the melody, and it'll go a bit weird. But I'd rather do that and take a risk and let it be free than stick to the melody and do the same thing every day. I just think there's a lot of stuff that, you know, is all programmed. And, you know, I've seen gigs where people take on a laptop and put on a beat and stuff, and it's really soulless. I'd rather listen to, you know, live music. To me is live music. It's real playing, people in the room playing their instruments well, and it comes from all the music that I was brought up on that I love. And I just think it's the purest form of showcasing what you're about, really. You know, even Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters can rip it up on acoustic guitar, and it sounds good. So I'd rather do that than put on a backing track. Do it because you want to do it, not because, you know. I've had friends who have been good musicians, but they've wanted to do it because they wanted to be famous, rather than wanting to make good music, and then they get famous because of that. So I'd just say, just try and focus on being you, and whatever it is that's you, try and be individual, and I don't know, just stick to your gut instincts, and you know, if it's meant to be, it'll happen, you know. Well, I just kind of let my voice do the talking, really. I don't know, I almost kind of, you know, if I was going to make something up, I'd just be kind of like da da ba ba da 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 da. And then I don't know what I just let it kind of free flow, and then you just kind of try and think about or feel what it's about, and then slowly sort of piece it together. You know, I always start with the melody. The melody is what drives a lot of my singing, really, and then the lyrics have to kind of have the emotional weight to carry the melody. So lyrics are the hardest thing for me. I can write a melody all day long, but to try and match it to something that means something or has a weight to the lyric is harder. I spend a lot more time on lyrics than, I mean, I wrote Slave to the Music, the tune of it, in about 10-20 minutes. You know, and the words, I took a little bit longer on them, but well, it was mainly because when I was growing up, all my mum and dad used to listen to were those sort of records, you know, like from the early rock and roll stuff from Elvis or Chuck Berry or Fats Domino, all that early rock and roll soul, into the Stax, Otis Redding, Sam Cooke, then into all the 70s kind of Carole King and James Taylor and Van Morrison, Cat Stevens, Stevie Wonder. You know, and even some I like some of the hip hop, you know, just good black beats, and I like a lot of black music. I like reggae, but yeah, I was just brought up on all that music, really. So that's why I like it. It's what I was brought up on. It's what, you know, and it's good music, you know. Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's what I want to do next, really. I think for me on this album, I just wanted to kind of get a little bit away from the sort of people thinking that I'm just singing about love songs for the sake of it. You know, I wrote a lot of those love songs on the first and second album from a proper place. You know, whether people believe it or not. I'd like to do something like with a free piece, like just bass, electric guitar, and drums. You know. Yeah, I love the Black Keys at the moment, so either something that's a bit more rocky soul or something that's a bit more folky soul, maybe a bit of both mixed together. And to be honest, there's a lot of stuff on radio that I just don't like, you know. I like some of the stuff that's like some of the Florence and the Machine stuff, the music. Right. You know, her voice is really quite sort of individual, so sometimes I really like it and sometimes I don't like it. But the music behind it, you know, that epic kind of Chasing Status have got a good track, but with Liam Bailey, and I like those sort of tracks that are a bit sort of hip hoppy or dancey with a good vocal on top. But also, I just kind of like just good quality sort of hillbilly sort of rock and roll, sort of the Black Keys, Kings of Leon, a pretty good band. Yeah, Ed Sheeran, he's pretty good. I mean, I don't know, my problem is I like all the old music, and everything new doesn't really, a lot of the time, say anything to me.